Welcome to the Advanced Power Mechanics Parts Lookup tutorial. Today I'm going to talk about how we are going to take engine information or equipment information and look up parts and prices for repairs and estimates and ordering purposes. So I've got an assignment sheet. Here's the sample here for you in PowerSchool. I've got some links on websites that I would recommend to attempt this assignment on. I personally like e-replacement parts. I use them quite frequently. Partstry and Jack Small Engines are okay. The actual assignment is right here. Click on the link and the instructions basically say to watch the video, do the lab, and then here's going to be your copy of the assignment sheet. I've got the links in assignment already open. And so I've given you either engine information or equipment information, and you need to use that to look up the listed parts and acquire a reference number, a part number, and a cost. And then we'll add them up for a total cost and then put where you found those, which site did you use. You are welcome to also go out and seek out other sites too. I just happen to like the ones that I listed. So I'm going to do a different piece of equipment so that it looks the same, but it's different than the ones that you're going to do. So this is a 860E model number 1691023 Simplicity snowblower. It's a 8 horsepower, 24-inch swath, two-stage snowblower. And once I have the matching information in my list here, you can see that there's other pieces of equipment that have similar numbers to them. So you want to make sure that you look at the whole title and you make sure that it actually matches what you're trying to look up. And we click on View Diagrams and Parts List. And you'll see here I have parts diagrams. This one is for the auger drive group. And up top here I've got several diagrams that cover quite a bit, from traction, tire and wheel, headlight, handles, engine and frame. And so I can click on those, get rid of some of those, click on these small ones in the top here, and then they show up down here. And you'll notice the nice thing about being online is that these diagrams are now interactive. And so all these little numbers in the blue circles, these are what's known as your reference numbers. So for example, if we were looking up a traction drive belt, you'll notice that this snowblower has two belts. One is going to be for the auger drive, and one is going to be for the traction or tire drive system. And so we might need to look at the diagram to determine which is which and see if they're labeled, or click on both. You'll notice that the belts, they look similar, but they have different reference numbers and different part numbers. So if I click on this, you can see that this is labeled as a traction belt, reference number 12, actual part number is this one down here, 16764661SM, and then a price. Okay, and you can see that this one's actually available. That's something to pay attention to, especially if you're looking to actually purchase the part. Is sometimes sites have the number and the information, but they may not actually have one for sale. But you can take the part number and search other sites. Let's close that. We'll compare that to the auger drive belt, which you can see is no longer available, or NLA, but it does still give us a part number, which we could maybe go to Amazon or type into Google and find it elsewhere. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take the information that you find here and you're going to transfer it to your assignment over here for both scenarios. If you are on a site that doesn't have interactive reference numbers, most of them, if you scroll down, they'll have the reference numbers here, and then they'll have the parts and the part numbers and the prices, if available, on the right. They're formatted all pretty similarly, but you'll notice that this being an older machine, there's not very many parts left for. Okay, so that's kind of how we use the parts lookup. The similar process would be used for the engine, except it would be more specifically and engine. I believe I have those. Yep. And so if we take a look here, we've got several engines of that model number, and the type that we're looking for is 1162E1, so we'd have to make sure that we find the right type. In order to find the right parts. And so we might have to go through the list, or we might have to include that in our search so that it comes up faster. And then you'll note here the engine has subgroups as well with various reference numbers, but it's all pretty much organized in the same fashion. Any questions, comments, concerns, find me in the classroom, connect with me via email or Google Meet, and happy to help. And thanks for watching.